And we are live. Oh, welcome to Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Just depends on when you are watching. And if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, either way, just appreciate you for tuning in today. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty. We provide residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. We have Lyonsview Academy, our real estate education arm, which does real estate pre-licensing, credit counseling, and distressed homeowner solutions if you're in that situation, and life, health, and wellness education. So I'm really glad that you joined us today. Lyonsview Realty launched Financial Fridays to help you stay current on trends that impact your bottom line. And our goal is to provide you with resources, information, and tips to assist you in making the best financial decisions. Our commitment is to maximize your wealth building power now and in the future. So glad you tuned in today. Welcome. Please feel free to like and share this video. And we're here as a resource to you. So if you have any questions, just put them down in the comment section and we will definitely get back to you on that. So today, we are going to be talking about, is a career in real estate um, a good fit for you, right? Are you interested in real estate as a career or as a side hustle? A lot of people in this pandemic are looking for something else to supplement their income, whether it be on a part-time or full-time basis. Maybe you got uh, laid off on your job and you're looking for something else to do in the interim, and real estate is something that you may have always been interested in. So today we're going to break it down for you, right? So we're going to chat about the 3 steps to becoming a real estate agent. And the steps are really easy. 1, you complete your pre-licensing education. 2, you pass the exam and apply for your license. And 3, you launch your real estate career. So I'm going to break each of those down for you. And we're going to talk about some of the costs associated with that, because I think a lot of times people get into, or they're interested in a career and they don't have all the information. And then they get in and they go, oh, wow, I didn't expect this, or I didn't expect that. So we're going to break it down. So number 1, let me put this up for you. There you go. Number 1, you must complete your licensing education. And to do that, you have to be 18 years of age. You have to be a high school graduate or its equivalency. You have to complete a 75-hour pre-licensing course with your state. And you have to, well, at least in the state of New Jersey, there's some other qualifications, and we'll go into those in a minute. But to do a real estate school, I just suggest that you do your research. There are lots of real estate schools. The real estate school has to be licensed with that state. So you can go onto your state's website. They'll have a list for you of those schools that are licensed with them, and you can find a school there. You also want to talk to other people, find out if you know someone who's a real estate person. Where did they go to school? How did they like their instructor? How did they like the way their instructor taught the classes? You also want to consider the cost, the location, and the schedule of the classes. So the costs for real estate schools vary, from real estate school to real estate school. The location varies. So you may want a school that's closer to your work, or closer to whatever. But now that we're in the pandemic, in certain states, you can do real estate pre-licensing online. New Jersey in the past was not one of those states. You had to do it in person. They do have some flexibility on that, but you still have to be live in front of a camera for those full 75 hours. So you can't just, jump in and jump out. You do have to be present. Excuse me. And you also want to the schedule of the classes. So you may want to do it, boom, 8 hours a day, straight for 2 weeks. You might want to do it once a day on the weekends. You may want to do it twice a week. So the scheduling to see how it would fit into your particular schedule is important. So research the school, find out if the cost works for you, and find out if the schedule works for you. And the last and most important thing in this process, or this part of the process, is you want to make sure after you have completed that class that you get your transcripts, that you get your certificate of completion. And that is very, very important, because without that certificate of completion, you can't apply for your real estate application. You cannot move forward in the process. So it's not enough just to pay for the class, sign up for the class, take the class, but you also must have your certificate of completion. And that takes us to step 2. You have to pass your real estate exam. Very, 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 very important. So you have 1 year after you finish your real estate school to take um, your exam. And there's 3 parts. You have to take the exam, you have to pass the exam, and you have to apply for your license. I'm going to say that again. You have to take the exam, you have to pass the exam, and you have to apply for your license. So far, you've had to take 2 tests. The first test was for the real estate school for your pre-licensing. After you finish that pre-licensing course, you are going to be given an exam. You do have to pass that exam. They will give you a certificate of completion, or your official transcripts for that class. That in hand, now you're moving on to the state exam, which is the one that really, really counts, right? You have to take the exam, apply for it, and pass it. So you want to do that as soon as possible after you finish your pre-licensing class. Why? Because you have exactly 1 year to get all of those things done. So you want to prep for taking the real estate exam. A lot of people, it's a misconception. They think, oh, I've taken the class. Now I'm prepared to take the real estate exam. There is quite a bit of information on the real estate exam that is not covered in the real estate pre-licensing course. Why they do that? Not quite sure. But there is information on the state exam that's not there. But the pre-licensing courses help you to prepare for what's actually on the exam. And if you want to know what's on the exam, you can go to PSI. They have a breakdown by category and the percentages of what's on the exam by category. How much is contract law? How much is math? How much is state information? How much is not state information? They break it down so you know the areas that you're strong in or that you're weak in and you need to brush up on, so that when you take the exam, you're prepared to do that. You apply for the PSI online. The exam is about 240 minutes. It's about 110 questions, and you only need 70%. So if there's an area that you are not strong in, don't sweat that area. Pass. They don't charge you for things that you pass. They do charge you for things that are incorrect. So I'm going to say that again. They do not, they don't get you for things that are wrong, right? You get take points taken off if they're wrong, but they do charge, they don't, so you can just pass. If you don't know something, just pass, use your time for something that you know about, right? You only need 70%. So that's 77 questions out of 110 that you need to get correct to pass the exam. Boom, you passed the exam, right? You're excited. So now you're going to the next step of the process. You have to get fingerprinted. Do your fingerprinting as soon as possible, or schedule it as soon as possible after you pass the exam. Remember, you only have a year, and some people wait till day 364 and try to get it all done. You won't be able to do it, right? You just won't. So take your pre-licensing class, schedule your state exam. You passed your state exam, now schedule your fingerprinting. So for the fingerprinting, they're going to require a couple of things. One is called a universal form, and you'll be able to get that universal form online. Once you fill that out, you can schedule with a vendor called LiveScan, And LiveScan has locations, they have times for you to where you can come in and do the fingerprinting. You got to pay the fee, right? And the day of your fingerprinting, you're going to need two things. You're going to need proper identification, and that's identification that shows your lovely face, right? It shows where you live, right? And it shows your date of birth. So it has to be proper identification. And you're going to need that universal form that you filled out. You have to submit to the fingerprint exam. So there's a written consent form that you're going to have to fill out. They're going to do a criminal history record check. They're going to fingerprint you. And in the past, that was manual, where you had to like do your fingers. Now they have electronic impression, so you don't have to get all that ink and nasty stuff on your fingers. So now you're finished with that part. Now you're ready to apply for your state license. This is the actual real estate license. Boom, you've done quite a few steps. So to do the license, one, you have to pass the state exam. Two, you have to fill out the application. You need a fully completed application. And three, you're going to need evidence of completing your fingerprinting process. And what does that look like? So that'll be a copy of the universal form that the fingerprint service is going to stamp for you. They'll stamp that you completed the process. And you're going to need a copy of payment or receipt that's issued by the LiveScan. So once your fingerprinting is done, they will give you that document as well. And then you pay the fee. Boom, you're done. So far, you've done your pre-licensing course, and that course is going to cost you anywhere from $300 to $800, depending on the school, right? So the average is around $500. And now your application or your real estate exam process is going to cost you approximately $300 in the state of New Jersey. So fingerprinting is about $67. The exam fee for the state, last time I checked, was about $45. And your agent licensing fee you have to pay is $160. That's the fee that goes with the actual license application. So that whole process for completing your licensing application is about $300. So now you are ready to launch your real estate career. Congratulations, you have passed your exam. You need to interview different real estate companies and find a broker that you would like to work for. You're going to need that broker's information to put on your final licensing application. So you've done that, and now you need to count the cost, because we're not done with the money. We are not done with the money. So you hang your license with that broker, and now you have additional fees. There is a setup cost of about $50 to set you up with that office. You have board fees. So in order to carry the designation of Realtor, there is a local board, a state board, and a national board fees. All those rolled up, your board will pay those fees on your behalf, and it can be anywhere from $500 to $800 a year. In the state of New Jersey, it's about $581 for a real estate agent. You also are going to have costs for the multiple listing service. So the multiple listing service is the place that houses all of the listings, all of the properties for sale, that all of the real estate professionals put their information there so that other real estate professionals can find that information for their buyers or for their investors, right? You want to be a part of the multiple listing service. So it's a $250 activation fee. And in the state of New Jersey, it's about $420, which they bill quarterly. So you pay $105 a quarter for that service, right? And then you have other fees that are, say, like specific to you or specific to your brokerage office. So that is your commissions. So people think, oh my God, I just sold this house for all of this money. The commission is, you know, almost $10,000. Woohoo, right? You don't get all of that, right? Or you think, oh, I get 3%, or the side that I represent gets 3%. Well, you have to break that 3% down with your broker. So, whatever your commission split is with your broker will determine how much of that money you actually get to keep. It can be as low as 40%, 50%, all the way up to um, 100% of the commission. So you need to know when you do your original contract with your broker, what is your commission fee split so you know how much of that money you get to take home. It doesn't end there, right? There could be desk fees at your brokerage company. So, what is a desk fee? It's a fee that says for you to have a desk or an office here at this company, you're going to be charged X dollars per month. And certain brokerages have fees that they charge you monthly for being with that company. And it's called a desk fee, whether you have a desk or not, because we're in the pandemic, right? You also have errors and omissions insurance. So what is that? If you are doing a transaction and there's an arbitrary mistake, it wasn't belligerent or on purpose, but there was a mistake with the transaction. The errors and omission insurance is insurance just like any other insurance that covers you for any financial damages as a result of that mistake. All brokerages have to pay this fee for every single agent that is in their employ, and that cost is usually passed on to the agent. So it ranges in terms of how that's paid. Um, it could, on average, be about $600 for the year for certain companies. It just depends on which company you're with, how they charge that to you, but that's an office specific fee. And then the last office specific fee is for marketing. So you're with company brand X. They have these beautiful websites and marketing materials and da 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 da. You pay for that, and it comes off of your commission with each transaction. There's a percentage that's charged to cover those company marketing fees. So then the other thing about your career that are fees that you're going to have to incur are agent specific. They're specific to you personally, how you do it, right? Advertising and marketing. Your business cards. Some companies will give you your business cards when you're first starting out, but as you get going, you're going to have to pay for your business cards. If you have a personal website, some companies as well will cover your websites in that marketing fee. Your signs, if they are specific to you and they have your beautiful face on it, or you want something special, open house signs. Um, if you want to do a magazine, there are magazines out there that you can send out to your clients. Any advertising or marketing that you're doing is an agent specific cost. So you want to count that cost into your business. The rule of thumb is you want to spend about 10% of your income on marketing and advertising. So if you're just starting out and you're not making any money, you may want to nix nine the cost in this area until you start making money. And there are lots of things that you can do for free to advertise and market your business. We're not going to talk about that in this broadcast, but there are things that you can do for that as well. Taxes, taxes, taxes. Talk to your accountant. It's best to pay your taxes quarterly, but you may wait till the end of the year you may wait till the end of the year for whatever your reasons are. But you need to set aside money for taxes on the money that you are making. Your broker does not take taxes out of your money. You are responsible for the taxes on the income that you make. Your broker will send you at the end of the year a 1099, and that 1099 will tell you the income that you made with that brokerage, and you have to pay taxes on that money. Vehicle and maintenance costs, right? So you're driving your car to show property, you're spending gas, you having wear and tear on your car. You want to set money aside for gas, maintenance, repair. Those are things that you can write off. So you want to keep track of those items as well, because you can write those off as expenses for your business. Your internet, your phone, you have internet at home, or your phone service, you might have a special number that's specifically designed just for your business. So you know when that number rings, it's a real estate call and not your buddies just trying to chat. So those are costs. Your health insurance. Um, Again, the phone, the internet, health insurance, uh, your internet, you can all write those expenses off. So keep track of those expenses, but they are expenses that you will incur. And then professional development. Your broker will provide professional development courses for you, but you might see something that you're like, oh, that's interesting. Or you might want to go to a conference. All of those are costs that you want to put into your budget. So plan all of the costs. On average, in the state of New Jersey, you're looking at about $1,200 to get set up that first year, right? Once you get on with your brokerage, about $1,200. So total to take the class, to apply for the exam and take the exam, and to get set up with your brokerage, you're looking at about $2,000 out of pocket. Plan your expenses, because you may not get a check for a couple of months. If you're doing it full time, you want to make sure that you have enough money. Some brokerages will allow you to defer some of the costs until you get that first check, but then they'll be deducted out of that first check. That's really, really helpful. But plan for that cost. Plan for the fact that you won't have any money coming in. People are like, oh, wow, I'm going to be making all this money. The real estate professional is the last person to get paid. They do all of the work and they are the last person to get paid. The appraiser gets paid, the inspector gets paid, your attorney gets their upfront fees. Everybody gets paid. And then once the transaction closes, after however much time it takes you to find a property for your client, at the end of that process, you will get a check for your services. And then out of that check, then you can pay some of your expenses, and some of the office expenses will be paid at the time, like your commission. That expense that's due to your broker will get paid at that time. The E&O might get deducted at that time. Any company marketing fees might get deducted at that time. So what you're left with net is minus all of those fees. So the National Association of Realtors says a couple of things about real estate agents. One, that across the nation, and this is not for the state of New Jersey, it's a little bit lower for the state of New Jersey, but approximately new real estate agents spend on average about $6,300 in business expenses in their first year. A lot of real estate agents wash out after their first year. It's too expensive. They didn't get their grind going. They didn't do whatever they needed to do, or maybe it's just not the career for them. It's not as easy as it looks on television, and it requires a lot of planning. Yes, you need to plan your money. You need to budget your money. It requires a lot of skill, and it requires a lot of due diligence and consistency. So when you're thinking about taking on real estate as a side hustle, or you want to make it your career, count the costs. And I hope I laid all of those costs out for you in a way that is beneficial. So I'm just going to recap. Completing your pre-licensing education, it's about anywhere from $300 to $800. The average for New Jersey is $500. Talk to other agents, get a real life perspective. Compare real estate schools, understand your state's licensing requirements, enroll in the pre-licensing course, and obtain your transcript or your certification of completion. Step number 2, pass the exam. That's going to be about $300 in the state of New Jersey. Check what that cost is for your state, but you need to study for the exam. You need to take the exam. You need to pass the exam. You need to do your background check and your fingerprinting, and then you need to apply for your licensing with your state and licensing board. And then the third step is to launch your career. State of New Jersey, it's about $1,250 for that. You need to find a sponsoring brokerage where you can hang your real estate license. You need to count the costs, and total is going to be about $2,000 up front or more out of pocket. And I wish you the most success. It's a very exciting and very rewarding career. You help a lot of people realize their dream of home ownership, realize their dream of real estate investment. It's just a wonderful, wonderful career to be in. It's a great side hustle. There are tons and tons of different areas in real estate that you can go into. If you're interested in a career with Lyonsview Realty, we put our agents and our clients' interests first. We are a family and we care about each other and we care about the people that we service. We have progressive commission plans. We have on the deal training, which is a little bit different than on the job training. So, as you are working through your deals or the deals of others, you will be learning all the things that are required to get that deal from startup to closing. And so you're not like sitting in a classroom learning the principles of it, but you're actually doing it, learning it while you're doing it. And we support your real estate niche. As I said, there are so many career paths in real estate, and we will help you find the career path that's the best fit for you, and we'll educate you on how to do that. So I'm going to be doing a different broadcast on the different career paths in real estate. It's just exciting. There's so many areas as a real estate agent that you can focus on. And there's so many areas that as a real estate, in real estate in general, that you can do. And all of them don't require a real estate license. Some of them require additional licensing. But there are lots of things that you can do that would fit your niche, fit your personality, and fit your thing. So I just want to thank you, thank you for joining us today. I hope that you got some information that was of value for you, and whether you're looking to do it as a side hustle or as your real estate career, I wish you much, much success. If you want to reach out to us, 856-209-0905, or you can email me at info@lyonsviewrealty.com. Financial Fridays is here to provide you with resources, information, and tips to make the best financial decisions, to invest in yourself in any trend that impacts your bottom line. So I really hope that you received something of value to you today. So I want to encourage everyone to take care of themselves, to take care of your family, and to stay safe. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. Financial Fridays streams on Facebook and YouTube every Friday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So definitely join us. Definitely share this video to anyone that you think would find value in it. And definitely subscribe to our YouTube station. Until then, keep living your best life and have a great day.